The Cycle Frontier has a lot of creatures, and in this video I'm going to go through all of them, the ones that are fast, the ones that are agile, the ones that are more powerful. But before I get into this video, I just want to say please consider subscribing. I'm close to 100 subs, and it would mean the world to me if you guys would consider subscribing. With that said, let's get into the video. So I'll start with the easy one first and then move on to the harder ones. So let's start with the easiest creature from all, Striders. They're really easy to deal with. Your grey weapons will easily shred through it. There's not much to worry about Striders. If they're like in a herd of 1, 2, or 3, they're not going to do nothing to you. But given if they attack you like 6 or 7 Striders attack you at once, then they're a bit difficult to deal with, and their melee damage can do a lot and their melee attack can do a lot of damage. So in that case, just retreat and then fight them. So let's see the quest that they use in Dangerous Science Part 1, Dangerous Science Part 3, Time to Punch Part 2, Field Research Part 2. They're on both the maps and they're scattered everywhere. The materials you can harvest them from are spinal base, and strider flesh. Think that strider flesh is worth a lot. So if you get strider flesh after killing a strider, just please pick it up. So let's move on to the next creature, that is the Rattler. They are difficult to deal with compared to the Striders, but they're not that difficult to deal with. Your grey weapons will be able to deal with it easily. So just keep in mind that their special attack is that they spit a acid laser which in a straight line. So just keep jumping and moving around and you'll be able to dodge it easily. They're not that difficult to deal with. So they're used in Field Research Part 2. They're on both the maps, and they're like, I feel like for every 3 Striders there's a Rattler. So wherever there are like a lot of Striders, you'll find a Rattler. You can harvest Mature Rattler Eye and Rattler Skin. Mature Rattler Eye is worth a lot, so if you get it, please pick it up. So let's move on to Heavy Striders. They are a bit difficult to deal with, I would say. It says medium difficulty, but if you have like grey weapon, then please retreat and then fight them, because it's going to take a long time to fight them with grey weapons. I would advise don't fight them with grey weapons if you have grey weapons. Just retreat and just fall back and run away. If you have green weapons, then you can sure fight with them. They have a armored plate around their body. They are a bit difficult to deal with compared to the Striders and Rattlers, and their melee attack also deals a lot of damage. So the quests that they used in are Dangerous Science Part 1, Dangerous Science Part 3, Time to Punch Part 2, Field Research Part 2. They are on both the maps, but in Bright Sands they are not that much. There are a lot of Heavy Striders on Bright Sands because it's the more difficult map, and Heavy Strider Flesh, one Heavy Strider Flesh is worth a lot. Pick it up, really valuable item. So the next creature would be Mature Rattler. They're pretty difficult to deal with. They have an armored shell around their body, just like what do you call it? Just like Heavy Striders, like they have an armor around their body. The same goes for Mature Rattler. They have an armor around their body. It's the same concept. Their difficulty level is pretty hard, and usually your grey weapon without any attachments is not going to do much damage to them. So the best advice I would say is to retreat. But if you have a grey weapon with attachments or a green weapon with really simple attachments or no attachments, you'll be able to deal with them. Just keep your fight at a distance. Don't run up to their faces, and then you'll be good to deal with them. So they're used in Field Research Part 2, and they're on both the maps, Bright Sands and Crescent Falls. The next feature would be Savage Marauder. The picture is not given here, but they are the red color ones. They're easier to deal with compared to the blue Marauders. So every creature has a weak point in this game, except for, I would say, like Strider and Rattler. Every creature has a weak point in this game, and for Marauder, it is his mouth. So whenever he attacks you, he opens his mouth to attack you. Just shoot on it. It's his weak point. You'll do a lot of damage on him. So the quest that they use in Eliminate the Threat and Xenoarchaeology Part 2, Crescent Falls, and the things you can harvest are not given. I don't know why. And the simple Marauder is the blue Marauder. They are a bit more easier to deal with compared to the red ones, the ones that we just saw, Savage Marauders. The blue Marauders are a bit more easier to deal with. The weak point is the same. They open their mouth when attacking, just shoot at them. That's the same weak point. The quest that they use in it is Eliminate the Threat and Xenoarchaeology 2. They're on both the maps, Bright Sands and Crescent Falls, and their harvestable item is Marauder Flesh. So the next creature would be Crusher. Crushers are really difficult to deal with. I would say don't fight a Crusher unless really necessary. Unless it's for a mission or crafting something really valuable, there's no point of fighting a Crusher. And usually your green weapon is not going to do much damage to you. You need a blue weapon. With decent attachments, or a purple weapon with even no attachments. Then only you'll be able to at least deal damage to it at a certain pace. It's not going to be fast. At a certain pace, you'll be able to deal damage to it and then kill it. I remember tried fighting a Crusher with a blue weapon with green attachments. Didn't do anything to it. So I would say unless really necessary and unless you have the gear for it, don't try to fight a Crusher. Just run away. They're not fast, but they're really powerful, and they have an attack where they throw a mud ball at you, and it's really powerful. You're easily able to dodge it. Just keep running around and jumping around. That's it. So the harvestable item are Crusher Flesh, Crusher Hide, and Hardened Blown Paint, and they're only found in Crescent Falls, which is the harder map. So in the last beta, there was no Alpha Crusher, so I don't have any info about it except for the harvestable item, which is Crusher Flesh, Crusher Hide, and Alpha Crusher Heart. So that are gonna be the harvestable item. This is gonna be the most difficult creature to deal with in the game at release. So the blast stick, they're really easy to deal with. Just shoot like 2 or 3 bullets with even the gray pistol, and they'll easily do it. They have orange posterior. They explode after running up to you, and their health is 125. Damage on blast is 350. Yeah, they do a lot of damage to you when they just come up to you and blast up. So just retreat and then fight them. That's it. Simple thing. But they're really easy to deal with. The same goes for Acid Tick. Easy to deal with. Just look green color, green posterior. Runs up to the target and then explode. It's the same thing. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. If you guys did, then please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one, and peace out.